0 XP.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to 0 XP Gaming. I'm Brianna.
And I'm Jen.
And today we're going to be playing Framed. This is a game, it's kind of like a puzzle sort of game. You have to switch around these cards, and basically each card has a story, and you have to arrange them to make the story make sense. So there are 4 different cards here, but you can only move the 2 bottom ones. And you basically have to move them so that they can make sense and so that the criminal guy does not get caught by the police. And as you move on, each level gets more harder, and more policemen come, and there gets to be more cards. And you have a play button that you hit, and that replays the whole story, so you can see if it works, so you can play it multiple times and see if the arrangement you put the cards works.
And there's some arrangements or some puzzles, I guess, are very simple. There's only, like she said, there's only 2 cards you can switch, and then other ones you'll have to play it through to see what happens. Like, for instance, this one, I only switched 1 now, and now we're gonna see him go through the door. Alright, so he knocked that cop out. So I wanted to see what happened, but he's caught by that one. So now we have to figure out how to not get him caught by that specific cop.
And it's kind of hard doing it sometimes because there's more cards to switch, and then you have more options that you can have. And I think the graphics are pretty cool though.
Yeah, the graphics are nice. They're nicely done in this, and some of the puzzles you wouldn't think happen, what does happen. So when you're arranging them, you're like, oh, that's not gonna work. And then all of a sudden you play it and you're like, oh, I see. For instance, this one, actually, this was a good example. So as you can see, he just got shot and it splattered. So you don't want him to get shot. So you have to change it so he doesn't get shot. And so we put the table there. Now what's gonna happen is he's gonna trip over the table. He's gonna move the table so that he doesn't get shot. And we're like, oh, all right. So that was one that we had to figure out and be like, oh, I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah. In his case, it's kind of, some of them can be a little gory, like the last one had blood.
Yeah.
Screen, but it's not like gory. You can't really see anything that happens.
So, and this is the whole storyline. He's the thief who stole the briefcase, and there are cops that are trying to catch him. And you need to arrange the puzzle so he doesn't get caught. It had, what, 4 stars? 4.5 stars in the App Store. It was free. I think it was on the Editor's Choice, or it may have been on the top charts. I don't remember where I had found it. But I thought it was entertaining. And the puzzles can be challenging at times. We spent... The other morning we were testing out the games, and we spent quite a few, probably like an hour trying to figure out this one, or maybe a half hour trying to figure out this one puzzle where he needed to go up ladders and down ladders, and if he jumped over them, then he skipped it. So you had to arrange, I think, 6 different tiles, and then he would do his thing. But there were cops in different places. There were cops up above, there were cops in the middle, and there were cops down below. And then he needed to end at the top to get away from the final cop. So that one was definitely tricky and took a little longer to do, I think. But most of them are fairly easy.
Yeah, I'd say that some of them are more difficult in the sense that you have to kind of notice everything on the screen. You have to notice that there's a crack here, and then he's gonna fall, and you need to get to the second level. And
oh, this one took a little bit of time too.
Yeah.
Because he climbs up, he jumps over, and then he slips on those things and falls.
I think we did that. This. Yeah.
No. Well, maybe. Oh yeah, because he jumps over that. Yeah. I think you are correct.
Oh no, I was wrong.
Oh no. He had to already be at the top. So swap. Yeah. I think that's how we did it. See again, so he's got to go in the middle and get underneath that cop, and then he climbs up to jump onto the, I don't know, crane or hook, whatever hook that is, to make it over the pipes to land. And then when he finally did that, I'm like, if he falls off that wall, but he doesn't. So I thought it was enjoyable.
Yeah, I think it's pretty fun to do when you're bored or passes time. Like we were playing yesterday for like 20 minutes, and I had no idea we were playing for that long.
Yeah,
So-
it does. The time goes by, and the puzzles, they
make you think.
They do make you think. So it's a neat idea too. Like you're changing the outcome of the story.
Yeah.
So that was neat from that perspective. I mean, it's not an intricate story. He needs to escape from the cops.
Yeah.
So it's not like this huge in-depth storyline, but it's kind of neat the way they design the puzzles and how you affect the story, and that's the whole point of the game. So if you, a puzzle game, I guess?
I guess.
If you like puzzle games, check out Framed. It's in the App Store. And don't forget, subscribe.
It's free. And also make sure to like the video, because you always want to do that.
Yes.
In the top charts.
And see you later.
Bye.